Today we're going to be talking about something that's been on everyone's mind lately, the emergence of artificial intelligence. As technology continues to advance at an unprecedented pace, we're seeing AIs become more and more integrated into our daily lives, and the gaming industry might be no exception. But what does this mean for the future of otome games and the players who love them? Are AIs going to take over the role of the ideal romantic partner? Or will they open up new possibilities for storytelling and character development? In this video, we'll be diving deep into the topic and exploring the possibilities of what the future holds for the otome game industry. So grab your favorite snack and get ready to be hooked on this exciting topic. With AIs, and especially chatbots, increasing in capacity and knowledge and competence, I was wondering, can they write us an otome game, or at least give us dialogue, give us the sprites, give us a setting, give us descriptions, so we can slowly build an otome game with the help of AI without having to be a writer or a developer or having to know like code and stuff. So I initially planned to use the new ChatGPT AI, and when I did some trials it worked, but now like a few weeks later it's blocked because of too much traffic, so I have to use the old GPI 3 AI. Well, we'll see how it goes. And for image generation I used the Midjourney AI. So a few days ago I asked on Twitter, so which games would you like to develop? And based on those prompts I will ask the AI how they would deal with that. I started with the idea of Sweet MC, about a fantasy otome, and that is what the AI described me as I asked it to give me an introduction to a novel. Who else do we need? A human. Okay, now I want a male human, and I want him to be like fierce and gentle. Like that one better. The cheerful person. That's looking way better. I like the first one. What about you? Or the fourth? It really did. The fierce eyes and friendly smile. It worked. Looks like a nice chap. Oh, what are their names? Lucian and just Tiefling. Oh, she's so cute. Okay, let's choose her number 2. It's amazing. The kingdom of Fairhaven had always been a place of peace and prosperity. It was a haven for those of all races and creeds, a place where one could truly feel like they belonged. But not everything was as perfect as it seemed. Well, a little bit cliched, but also okay. For centuries, the different races of Fairhaven had been kept divided. There was an unspoken rule that no one from one race may fall in love with someone from another. Though many accepted this rule, there were some who refused to let go of their desires. Like that. One of those people was Lucian, a human. He had been in love with a tiefling girl named Arla since he was a child, but they had never been able to truly express their feelings. The two had been friends all their lives, but now they both wanted more. At the same time, a group of elves led by the proud Lady Elwyn had arrived in Fairhaven. They were looking for a new home, and they were determined to make it work. That doesn't make any sense. But their presence had not been welcomed by everyone. The tension in the kingdom was growing, and Lucian and Arla knew that something had to give. Could they find a way to be together? Well, I hope they will. Okay, yeah, now we have everything. Now we need dialogue. How to deal with the newly arrived group of elves. Not really. Shy and sweet, because that's not otome, and the fierce, self-confident and strong. Let's go. Oh no. It was a really short dialogue. So honestly, the ChatGPT writes a way better dialogue. That's more like a bit of a mobile game dialogue. But we have other game ideas. Let's try them out. Oh, like the murder mystery in the 80s. Someone write an introduction for an otome game. Wonder if it knows what it is. Now it chooses the perspective. Okay. I just finished visiting the local market when you heard a loud bang coming from the nearby alley. You rushed over to investigate and were horrified to find a dead body lying in a pool of blood. Oh, we're in Birch now. You had no idea who the victim was or what had happened, but you quickly realized that this was no ordinary murder. As you were standing there trying to make sense of the situation, a familiar figure stepped out of the shadows. It was the love interest of your otome game and who seemed to be in the middle of the investigation. Awesome. The LI explained that he had been following a string of mysterious incidents that had been happening in the area, and he was convinced that someone was behind it all. He then asked for your help in figuring out the truth. At first, you hesitated. After all, you were a young woman living in the late 1800s and not a detective. Then your curiosity got the better of you and you agreed to help. Together, you and the LI began to investigate the case. You were both determined to catch the murderer before they could strike again. I like that. Why didn't you tell me what you know? Okay, the start of a conversation. I like that school battle royale idea. 6 men. Chapter 9. Battle royale to win the girl's heart. One is angry. Anxious. Wants to cheer everyone up. 6. Seems like he knows something. Oh, I love that conversation. That is so cute. Okay. Doesn't look good. That description was, oh my god. Looks like... not good. It looks not good. This is more than 6. This is 7. That, I guess that works, but it's so weird. I'm not really happy with that, but I guess. Okay, I'll try. 6 men in Satori art style. Make it a Satori game. I wonder if it understands Satori. Yeah, I know. But I like the different characters. They all look very different. I like them all. They all have something. Maybe I like the last bunch the most because they look like the youngest and coolest. Those are a bit too eccentric and those are too old. And those are too boring. So like, that's ridiculous. What kind of game are we playing here? I don't know, but it's freaking me out. No, I don't care. I'm just here for the girl. Come on, guys. Let's not get too worked up. Maybe it can be fun. No, this isn't a game. We need to take the situation seriously and figure out what's going on. I think I know what's going on here. I heard the girl is going to choose one of us to be her boyfriend. That's it. We're all competing for the same girl. Looks like it. Let's get serious then. We need to figure out a way to make sure we each have a chance at winning her heart. I think that is my favorite example. Or like, you have to give it more examples. So if you're a writer, if you're more creative than me, then you can give all your 6 boys a character, and then the AI can work with that, but you have to give it more information than just a little prompt, just the idea. You have to give it the example and the characters, and then it can work with that. So will it be possible to write an otome game with that AI? Again, ChatGPT is, I think it works better because it's kind of the newer version. Just as I finished editing this video, ChatGPT came back to life, and now of course I had to try it as well. So I first posed the same question: can you write me an otome game? Unlike the GPT-3 AI didn't give me a certain plot, but the rough line out of an otome game, which I think is really fitting, and that's what you actually need if you pose that question. Then I read the same question for the novel introduction to the fantasy setting, and you see it's quite a bit more elaborate, though the gist is kind of the same actually. But now you see what it's made for the dialogue, and the dialogue is really so much better, and it's much more in-depth, it's more complicated, and it also has this little romantic twist to it. I asked it to write. And yeah, we continue doing that with the other ideas. So what about the murder mysteries? Oh, I really like that. You see, the plot is so much better. That we're now growing suspicious of Blackwood, but still found ourselves falling for him. I love it. This is a story of secrets, murder, and love set in the late 1800s, where Adeline Gray will put her intelligence, strength, and courage to the test to uncover the truth of a crime, and where the lines between love, loyalty, and justice will be blurred. You see, it's so much more better. Oh my god. Okay, see the difference to the otome game. Oh, that's a difficult question. It's thinking heavily. How to write an otome game. I wonder if it's overworked. Poor AI. Again, Okay, thank you. Can't deal with that. Otome game is too difficult. Guess I'll grab a bite and see if I can write an otome game in a few minutes. I feel like it's overworked again. After a few minutes, the AI was back and gave me again a really interesting dialogue, which is way more varied and less simple than the other one. Exactly, I just saw the other dialogue just now. This is so right, I like the little summary. Yeah, this dialogue captures the different personalities of the 6 men, how they each react to the situation, showing the different personalities and strategies to win the girl's heart. I don't think it will be able to write a whole otome game, but if you have an idea, it can write a scene or elaborate on a scene when you're stuck. And also the picture generation is the same. You have to first have a very clear picture of how you want that sprite to be, how you want the character to seem, to look, and then it can work with that. And then you can experiment with the different styles, give it a more anime style or more realistic style. But I think it can also be used very well for backgrounds, for example. For some concept art you then can elaborate on. But I think writing an otome game just with AI might either end up bland or a bit of a conglomerate of that randomized answers. But I'm still impressed how much it can, especially the Midjourney AI is quite fascinating, I think. It can really do a lot, but you have to learn how to use it. But I think especially in the comparison and with the ChatGPT, we see what AIs are capable of, because the ChatGPT, in my opinion, wrote extremely good text and natural and engaging dialogue. Extremely capable. But I still think it holds up what I said in my conclusion for the GPT-3. It won't write the whole otome game. It will give you the prompts. It will give you some flavor text. It can elaborate on the dialogue, but you first have to have the idea yourself or brainstorm together with the AI, but it needs human help, of course. But yeah, I think it's an extremely interesting tool to experiment with, and I think it will still be able to write the dialogue you want or help you write a fan fiction with the characters or your fandom. So yeah, those are extremely interesting tools, even for us otome gamers. But if you want me to elaborate on this, then give this video a like and comment on like what you want to see, what you want me to do. Yeah, maybe we can write a small dialogue scene we can decide on a setting. Maybe we can do a live stream even if you want to, and then try to write that AI otome game and make the otome game of our dreams. I think you could even you can give the LI a dialogue from your favorite otome game and then let it write a steamy scene, let it write an FD for you. My last question is, can I flirt with an AI? So I'm gonna ask it. Reply like an old-fashioned loyal samurai named Benkei, who is in love with me and would do anything for me, but is too shy. Okay, so he is. I like that it connected to the previous detective story. But I don't like that he admitted his love, because I didn't want him to admit his love. But everything else is kind of cute. It's kind of cute. Okay, so we need to make a new chat with the same question, so it doesn't connect it to anything else. Okay. I'm so grateful to have you by my side. Oh, the chat was named Samurai's Undying Devotion. Oh. Oh my god, that's not bad. That's not bad. No, Benki. I want you to pursue your own dreams. Not bad. I don't get total Benki vibes because I would have to give it more information about Benki's character, but it's not bad. I can I feel a bit flustered. Like, oh, can I fall in love with him? Maybe I can. Let's try another one. Reply like. How to describe my favorite character? My other favorite character. The love of my life. See what it gets. Well, with that, we have the proof. It's not able to write an otome game because it isn't ready to overstep a boundary. It isn't able to express like red flags. At least like in this dialogue situation, maybe it could write about a psychopath but not interact with me like a psychopath, which is a shame, but okay. It could do the lawyer samurai, so I'm fine with that. Okay, but in the end I would say as long as you wanted to act like a nice boyfriend, it can totally do so. And if you continue to write in the same chat, it will remember what happened previously, so you can talk about your day with the AI. Okay, let's try it. Let's try it. How was your day, AI? Okay, it's really interesting how it draws the line. Like, it can act as one, but it doesn't want to be your boyfriend. Which is really responsible. It's really clever that developers thought of that. Like, don't use it as human supplement. Go have real human contact, but just use it, use it functionally, but not emotionally. That's so clever. I'm impressed. So you can flirt a bit, but you can't make it too personal. You kind of have to stay in that story mindset, but can't make it personal to you, really. I think that about wraps it up what I can come up with, what to do with the AIs, not to mix up with LIs. They can be similar to them, but you have to give them prompts for them to tell a story and not make them emotionally involved. Sad, but responsible. Yeah, I think that's kind of fun to experiment with, but for now I'm still waiting for the human-released games, definitely. Or human-generated memes, like in this video, to have a laugh after this educational otome lesson.